KKR won so many players. But look at it. If they can get a quality top order, an opener, doesn't have to be a top order, a quality opener to go and bat with Ajinkya Rahane, who's in absolutely red-hot white ball form in the Mushtaq Ali. And then they get someone in there at number 4, because I think young Ankush Raghuvanshi is there. They won't have Raghuvanshi keeping wickets, but if there's one team that needs a quality keeper, it's KKR, because the core of their bowling is Sunil Narayan and Varun Chakrabarti. So they're a team that needs a good wicket keeper. But I think Raghuvanshi could do well with getting a run at number. He's a very fine player. Then they've got Rinku Singh, Rovman Powell in excellent form in the last 6 months or so. Ramandeep Singh, Sunil Narayan. So they've got that core there. So really, they're in the market for three kinds of players, and then fix some others around them. A wicket keeper who'll open the batting, an all-rounder who'll come in at number 4 to play the Andre Russell role, but up the order, and a good fast bowler. They really struggle with good fast bowlers. But a player they like, Andrik Nokia, he's bowling rockets as well. They might go back to Andrik Nokia, but he's injury prone. So that's what they need. You can see why Cameron Green slots in very well there. Cameron Green also slots in very, very well. Then let's look at Chennai Super Kings. Struggled last year, but struck gold with their replacements. Ayush Matre, Deval Brevis, and now they've paid a heavy price for getting Sanju Samson in. But see what it looks like now. Matre, Sanju Samson, then at number 3, Ruturaj Gaikwad. He's in pretty good form. Then you've got Brevis and Dubey. If they can have an attacking number 4, I know they want Brevis in there, but I just think Brevis towards a tail end. But interchangeable, you can see why Cameron Green is the perfect fit there at number 4. 2 teams gunning for Cameron Green. Real estate agents in Perth, you've got a client coming your way. I know you can't go beyond 18 crores if you're an overseas player, but there's a lot coming their way too. They've let go Matisha Patirana, so they need a replacement there. I think they could do with another Indian fast bowler in there too. Otherwise, maybe go Liam Livingston once again there. But yeah, there's a reason I'm grimacing like that. Let's look at the main players available, and I'll tell you why. The players who come in the mini auction are players who have been released. And there's a reason they've been released. If you've been bought at a decent price in a main auction, franchises are very clever. They don't release you. So if these are released players, it means you want something more from them, something that their earlier franchises didn't get. So look at all the players from that point of view. The top player in this list, because he wasn't there last year, is Cameron Green. Now, I know there's a lot of excitement. Someone told me Cameron Green could go up to 30 crores. Quality top order, but he's got to play in the top 3, maybe top 4. And he's not yet a 4 overs lock in this form of the game. But he offers you a lot. I don't know whether that kind of money is value for money, but there's 2 franchises who could do very well there. So expect a huge payday for Cameron Green. Now look at Liam Livingston. RCB have left him out. RCB is a very well-run franchise. RCB have left him out. England have left him out. But on paper, everything that you want in a T20 player, bowls off spin, bowls leg spin, gun fielder, and can change a game in 10, 15 balls. But he's like Maxwell. Every year you think it's going to be Maxwell's year. He's the English Maxwell, as I've often said. But if you can get Liam Livingston going, he can still be a good buy. Venkatesh Iyer. You're looking at Venkatesh Iyer. Last 12 to 16 months, he hasn't done a lot. 23 crores clearly weighed heavily on him. He might actually be far better off if he gets a smaller price and is left free to go and score those runs. But he's not bowling. I don't know what on earth Madhya Pradesh are doing, having Venkatesh Iyer batting at 6. I actually saw one day Patidar 5, Venkatesh Iyer 6. They must have a plan, but it defeats me. So he's not had a lot going for him. 5, 6 crores. I know people might laugh and say, what are you up to? But if I'm buying sitting in the auction, I'm not looking beyond 5, 6 crores. And then I'm telling Venkatesh Iyer, look, you're already set for life. Now go and give me 2 very good years at that price point. Jamie Smith and Quinton de Kock are my 2 big overseas keepers in the market. I know there's Johnny Bairstow as well, who's always good for a sort of 1-year fix, 2-year fix, maybe because he's getting on. Some people are talking about Tom Banton. I would like to see Kusal Mendes in there in spite of that terrible game he had for Gujarat Titans last year. And I would love to see Liton Das, but Bangladesh keep scheduling series in time with the IPL. So Matisha Patirana, cast your mind back to his last great performance, whether for Chennai Super Kings, whether for Sri Lanka. I think there's big work in progress there. I'm not breaking the bank for Patirana. Bishnoi and Miller. Bishnoi left out, maybe because of the price point. Still a good buy, very good fit for certain teams at a certain price point. And David Miller, much like Johnny Bairstow, good for that slot. He might. There's a few teams because there's a lot of overseas players available. I see Miller getting a good deal. I always wonder about Wanindu Hasaranga. He would make most of my T20 teams, but teams keep buying him and releasing him. So I don't know what the issue there is. I thought with Sangakkara at Rajasthan Royals, he'd be a very good buy. So I'll do my homework on Hasaranga. I'll have done it already by now, and then see where Hasaranga goes. I like Holder. Again, someone whose best we haven't seen in the IPL. So Jason Holder, Heinrich Nokia, two fast bowlers who could have a good go. I like Pathum Nisanka very much. If you're looking for an opening batter, Pathum Nisanka has had a stellar last 12 to 18 months, which leaves me, and I know it's really late in the blog, with a player that could well be the talking point of this year's mini auction. If I was looking for that kind of player, I would go to Prithvi Shaw. And I would say, when you were made, you were blessed with talent that is very, very rare. You are coming in the way of your own evolution. You're trying your best not to be the player that nature intended you to be. But I will put this kind of money behind you, and I will say, one, transgression. Okay. Second transgression, I'm releasing you in the middle of the season. If a franchise releases you in the middle of the season, nobody's ever buying you again. But I'm going to give you a second chance. You're doing well for Maharashtra. But look after your cricket, ignore everything else. I wonder if there's franchises willing to do that with Prithvi Shaw. Who are the others? I'm hearing good things about Tushar Raheja. I see scorecards and I see that he's always getting teams off to a good start. Aqib Dar, very well in long form cricket, in long form white ball cricket. I'm not sure how good he is with T20, but he'll definitely get a good buy. On the cricket circuit, they're talking highly about Kartik Sharma. So that's another player to watch out for. But overall, these are my thoughts. I will, of course, be on Crickbuzz with Gaurav Kapoor and Joy Bhattacharya, and we'll have a lot of fun bringing it to you. These are my personal thoughts ahead of this mini auction.
So thank you for watching, and do subscribe to this channel.